You're standing at the gate, phone in hand, reading the same automated message for the third time. We're sorry for the inconvenience. The terminal noise blurs into a background hum. The gate board blinks your flight number, and every few minutes you refresh your inbox, hoping the airline will actually answer. That sinking feeling, ticket paid, time lost, no meaningful response, is why people search for how to make an airline.
If your flight happens to be canceled or delayed, Compensair will help you get compensation for the inconvenience and get your money back without wasting time on red tape. Get a refund for your canceled flight right
now. Take them seriously. Start by treating this like a small legal case. At home or at the airport, the single best preparation is evidence, booking reference, boarding pass or itinerary screenshot, payment receipts, photos of damaged bags or delayed arrival time, timestamps of chats and calls, and the names or ID numbers of anyone you spoke to. Put everything into one folder on your phone and email yourself a copy so there's a time-stamped backup. If you're at the airport, ask a gate agent for a copy of any official delay or cancellation notice and take a photo of the departure board with the time visible. Next, check the airline's published escalation channels before you call. Start with the airline's official complaint form, not the FAQ chatbot, and save a screenshot of the submission confirmation. Find the airline's corporate regulatory email, often listed on the contact or corporate site, and make a note of any customer relations phone number that is separate from the general reservations line. If your ticket came from a third-party booking site, track the booking reference the airline actually uses. They often add a second reference, and be prepared to contact both the reseller and the operating carrier. When you write your complaint, be short and specific. Subject lines that get read are formal complaint, refund requested, reservation ABC 123, or damaged baggage claim, reservation ABC 123, date. Put the key ask in the first sentence: refund, rebooking, compensation, or reimbursement for expenses. Attach the evidence you collected and list the timeline in bullet points. End with a clear deadline. Please respond by date, or I will escalate this complaint to credit card issuer, regulator, small claims court. Why do airlines ignore many complaints? There are a few blunt reasons: volume, hundreds of emails daily; perverse incentives, outsourcing to low-cost service centers that chase quick closes; and a business model that sometimes gains from denying small claims. Think of it like a crowded post office. If every lost parcel had to be chased by staff, the queue would never move. The airline prioritizes automated closes and low-cost settlements. That's why escalation has to shift the cost or visibility back to them, make it harder to ignore. Here's the practical escalation ladder, shortest to strongest. 1. Recontact customer service by chat or phone and insist on a supervisor. Keep calm. Record the agent's name or case number and ask for written confirmation of what they're going to do. Use a clear script. I'm requesting a supervisor review of case number X because my refund/claim has not been processed. Will you transfer me now? If the agent refuses, end the call politely and log the time. 2. File the airline's formal complaint form and save the confirmation. Attach your evidence and use the exact subject line shown earlier. 3. If no response in the airline's stated time frame, often 730 days, escalate to the regulator. In the US, that's the DOT Aviation Consumer Protection Division. In the EU, use your national enforcement body citing EU 261 for cancellations/delays. Regulators don't replace legal action, but they create formal pressure and sometimes trigger an airline investigation. 4. Contact your credit card company or bank about a chargeback for a refundable ticket or an undelivered service. Explain precisely why the merchant, airline, failed to deliver, supply evidence, and ask for a provisional reversal. Banks vary, but a clear timeline and documentation make chargebacks much more likely. 5. Use public escalation. Social media posts tagging the airline and regulators, or a concise complaint on the Better Business Bureau or Trustpilot. Social pressure often routes your case to a higher-tier customer relations team because public posts draw fast attention. Keep posts factual and include the reservation number without revealing personal data. 6. If the amount is significant or the airline still stonewalls, prepare a small claims court case. Small claims fees are modest in most places, $50, $200 depending on your state or country. Courts handle documentation-driven disputes quickly. The threat alone often pushes airlines to settle. Many useful links can be found in the description. Let me give an everyday analogy. Escalating a complaint is like dealing with a clogged sink. The first thing you try is the plunger, a normal call or chat. If that fails, you remove the U-bend and clean it out, collect receipts and file a formal complaint. If it still won't drain, you call the landlord or a plumber, the regulator, your bank, or small claims court. Each step costs more time or money, but it also forces action in ways a single frustrated message never will. Be realistic about costs and risks. If you accept delays or minor refunds, the cost is usually under $100 in time and paperwork. If you pursue a chargeback or small claims case for a full ticket refund, expect the process to take weeks to months. Small claims court filing fees and a day in court are usually under a few $100s. If you ignore the escalation, worst case, you lose the fare, extra hotel nights, or the value of damaged luggage. In higher stakes examples like international cancellations under EU 261, you could be owed up to several €100, depending on distance, but you need the paperwork to get it. The cheapest and most practical solution for most passengers is this. Document everything immediately, file the airline's complaint form within 7 days, request supervisor escalation in any call, and start a chargeback with your card issuer after the airline misses its own response window. That sequence costs nothing up front and often gets results. If it doesn't, move to regulator complaint and public social post escalation before paying to sue. One specific hidden trick to watch for: airlines or third-party sites that advertise a fast-track refund or priority handling for a fee. That upsell is often a paid shortcut to the exact same queue you can access for free by filing the formal complaint correctly. If an agent asks you to pay a processing fee to get your refund, refuse it, insist on written policy, and note the agent's name, then file a regulator complaint. Another common mislead: some sites bury refund rules in a separate reseller contract, then tell you the ticket is non-refundable, even though the operating carrier must follow its own refund policy. If you paid with a credit card, the cardholder protections usually trump that resale trick. Use a chargeback. A short script you can use when you call. Hi, I'm calling about reservation ABC123. I've already filed the online complaint X days ago and received confirmation number Y. I need supervisor review for a refund/reimbursement. Could you transfer me to a supervisor and please include me on any written notes? If transferred, repeat the timeline succinctly and say what you want: refund, voucher, or reimbursement for expenses. Ask for a written confirmation email by the end of the call. Finally, keep your expectations steady and your tone strategic. Calm, precise documentation removes the guesswork and makes your case simple to adjudicate. Airlines are set up to process routine claims automatically. Your job is to convert a routine problem into a documented claim that requires human review. If you need a last resort tactic, filing with the regulator and initiating a chargeback are inexpensive ways to make the airline prioritize your case. If this helped you, please subscribe and like for more practical travel fixes and templates. I post templates and regulator links in the description to save you time.